Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for August 21st, 2017. For your Monday, we have a partial solar eclipse that's going to be taking place this afternoon, and the weather is going to be pretty much ideal for it. We're expecting partly to mostly sunny skies across the region. Temperatures that are going to be in the middle to upper 80s across the region. It will be very warm today, but keep in mind that during the eclipse, which is basically taking place between a little bit after 1 o'clock all the way through about 4 and peaking about 2:30 to 2:45, somewhere in that range. During that time frame, especially in the 2 o'clock hour, you will have temperatures drop back a few degrees, maybe 3 to 5 degrees from what they were prior, and then after the eclipse is over and they start getting more and more sun, we'll have the temperatures go back up again. We also have the opportunity for a late day thunderstorm today, and that will be after this eclipse nonsense is over. So we have the window of the eclipse is generally 1:20 or thereabout, and I'm approximating here because we have a big difference across the coverage area, but about 1:20 or thereabout up through about 4, and then you have the solar eclipse will be best viewed, or at its most covered point will be right around 2:45 or just before that across the coverage area. So we do have a dedicated page on the website. You can check that out if you want to see the times. But it does look like we're going to be okay for the eclipse itself. After that point, we do have an opportunity for some isolated thunderstorms to come through later in the day. This will generally be after 4. Again, this goes up through 4, so this will be after that point. So we're not expecting any interruptions if you're looking for totality in or as much of seeing the eclipse as you possibly can. Not totality in this area. You have to go about 500 miles to the southwest of the region to see that. But we will see generally between 75 and 80% across most of the coverage area today with that eclipse, with this celestial event. And here is a look at 2 p.m. Again, nothing going on at this point. We're expecting during this hour, not expecting any precipitation whatsoever. Going a little bit forward though, get to 2, we have a line starting to initiate out here in central PA. This will start to move eastward. Again, most areas will be after the eclipse is over. Okay, so you're not dealing with any cloud cover or any inhibitors of any kind. The only chance of that happening will be right here in central PA. From State College down to about maybe Franklin County. That's only if those storms initialize quick enough. All right, so that'd be the only areas that we're really worried about anything happening. Again, after this point, here's 4 p.m. going to 5, 6, and you can see a little bit of a line of storms trying to form coming eastward. And this is 7, 8, 9, 10. You start to see it winding down at this point and moving off the coast. So you do have an opportunity from late afternoon through the early evening for some thunderstorms moving from west to east across our coverage area, and that will be it. Going into Tuesday now, we're going to have temperatures that are going to be much warmer. Now, I will say that if the eclipse was not taking place today, it would probably be a lot warmer than we're advertising today. We did adjust temperatures down a little bit, just to account for the fact that we're going to have that period where it's going to be dropping. Temperature going to be dropping by a couple degrees during that area of right around 2 o'clock in that 2 o'clock hour. If it wasn't for that, obviously we'd be a lot warmer today. We're expecting that again on Tuesday with no inhibitors, of course, with no eclipses dealing with on Tuesday. So we're going to have a partly cloudy day. Temperatures are going to be approaching the 90-degree mark or into the lower 90s, as a matter of fact, down here in Philadelphia. Many areas, central and southern areas, will get into the 90 or above. So it'll be a very warm day. Southwesterly winds coming in ahead of this front, and also aided by high pressure well off to the east. And we're going to have this front come through overnight Tuesday night, it looks like, but it's going to come at a point where you're not really having too much forcing. You have the overnight period here to deal with, so you see it kind of falls apart, which is pretty much what you would expect coming through overnight. Still an opportunity for a late night shower or thunderstorm with this late Tuesday night and maybe early Wednesday morning, but there's Wednesday morning not showing anything at all. Okay, so not really expecting too much out of this. This is just going to be pretty much, for the most part, a dry frontal passage with that late night or very early Wednesday morning thunderstorm possibility, Tuesday night into early Wednesday. And then after that point, you are high and dry, and I mean high and dry for this entire week. Here's a look at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Absolutely nothing. Mostly sunny. Temperatures are going to be slightly below average for this time of year, but still very comfortable, and humidity levels will be in check also. So it's going to be a very nice stretch from Wednesday, or excuse me, well, yeah, I guess you can say Wednesday, later Wednesday, because Wednesday really we're not really dealing with much precipitation, if any at all, straight through the weekend. So a very nice stretch there coming up. So get out and enjoy it. If you do have the opportunity to see the eclipse today, this is not something you're going to see again, at least in this region or anywhere in this region, until the year 2024. So that's something you want to take a look at. If you have the opportunity after your lunch break, maybe take a late lunch or something like that, go out and take a look at it. But just make sure you don't look directly at the sun unless you have protective goggles. Okay, you don't want to look at that. The sun is bad. I don't want to be sitting here and preaching to you today, but that is something you just definitely want to take into consideration. We don't want anybody burning their retina. So, but if you do have an opportunity to go out and look at it safely, that's going to be generally, again, between 1:20 and 4 is pretty much your window today to take a look at. The weather should be great and should cooperate. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for August 21st, 2017. Have a great Monday.